Hey, I recently made a video about characters that needed to get buff. Notably, that video didn't include Abaddon. Now, the reason why that happened is because I wanted to make a whole video for Abaddon. Because I think Abaddon is the most infuriating character in the game and arguably one of the worst. So, Abaddon is a buffer and he exists to buff. Now, let's actually read what his ability does, right? Friendly chaos units in hexes surrounding Abbadon deal 500 damage. All friendly units with the Let the Galaxy Burn trait score +1 additional hit when the trait is triggered. Okay. Abaddon is a buffer, by the way. So what are the chaos characters you would bring in a guild raid that you can reliably put next to Abaddon? Realistically, you're gonna bring Volk, who has 6 hits, right? He's buffable. And then Harkin, if you have nothing. If you just started the game and Harkin is the only character you have, you're gonna bring him. Angrax, he has 2 movement. He's not gonna do anything. He has 4 hits, right? Like I'm not gonna tell you to bring Angrax in guild raids. He belongs in legendary heroic events near the spawns. Archie, he gets 2 hits. Okay, like if you get you like 50% has to go up to 5 hits. Like just don't bring Archie. He's power crept. He's not good. Other than that, the Thousand Suns faction, just like they exist to buff Nero. They don't do anything. They're just Nero buffers, right? You're not gonna bring Abaddon in Nero. It's wasted. So the only hope is for world leaders to be good. And if world leaders are good, why would you use Abaddon when other buffers are strictly better than Abaddon? Like it makes no sense. It's actually crazy, right? Like if it's a 500 buff, I get you. It's a War Master, sure. Maybe he should do chaos, but it's a 500 buff. It's not gonna be broken. Let the Galaxy Burn trait scoring an additional hit. It's a 50% chance to score 1 extra hit. Like Volk goes to 8 hits. Oh my goodness, the game is broken. Like no, he gets 500. Why would you ever bring Abaddon? Like if you have access to all the buffers, why would you bring Abaddon? Even if you don't have access to all the buffers, you can just pay money, not a lot. Like you don't have to do requisitions. You can just buy the deals to get Eldurion or just farm him through guild raids or whatever. I don't know if you can't farm him anymore. I mean, I already have mine, so it doesn't matter. Like this guy's just strictly a downgrade. But like, who is he competing against? Like he's Eldurion, right? Eldurion makes everyone do 900 more damage, just by him standing next to a boss. Chalgar does the same thing, 1300 for Imperials. And since we're in a Ragnar meta, that's good. uh, what's his name? Goodness, Black Templar, High Marshal Pelbart. Yeah, that's his name. He has the best buff in the game, 1500 against psychic characters. Sure, cool. These two are for Tau and ranged, so it is what it is. And uh, isn't it crazy how the Tau are less close to other factions? Dark Strider buffs all Dark Strider buffs Volk better than Abaddon buffs Volk. Let that sink in. Like, oh my goodness. It's crazy. It is crazy. Why is Volk restricted to 500 damage and only chaos? Like, let the galaxy burn. That's cool. But in the guild raid setting, it doesn't do anything. We want certainty in guild raids. You take Ragnar, you howl, you put him next to Athena, that's 96% crit chance. I still don't crit. I'm the chosen one. I'm incapable of critting. It's infuriating, but that's not the point. What is truly infuriating is that Abaddon is just nerfed so hard for nothing. Like it makes no sense why he needs to be so restricted. He's a legendary character. We are at a point where the legendary buffer is just worse than non-legendary buffers. It's crazy. Oops, went too fast. Okay, what can be done? Right? Like Abaddon's bad. He's not a good buffer. First things first, the smallest step that can be taken, and I think Snowprint would maybe take this step, is just to make the buff universal. Having a character who has the same effective range as Calgar giving a 500 damage buff to stuff around him, it's not gonna break the game. Like we have Athena, like she gives 100 less damage, but she lets stuff crit and she has 5 movement, right? Like it's not gonna work. It's not gonna. It doesn't matter. Secondly, I think this is a very reasonable change, but I'm not sure about this. Just making a 900 1300 buffer. Make an LD and kill. Like make a trifecta of Xenos having LD, Imperium having Calgar, and then Black not Black Chaos having Abaddon. Make him give 900 damage buff to everything around him, and 1300 to Chaos units around him. Like that, I don't think that's insane. Okay, like okay, what if some of the role leaders characters are absolutely busted? We don't want to break the game. Cool. Just get my 500 damage and guarantee let the galaxy burn, right? Like you're at a 50% chance. Statistically, it's gonna like when you average things out, it's the same buff, right? It's the same buff because 50% chance means you're half the time you're gonna crit, or half the time you're gonna get 2 hits, half the time you're not gonna get any hits. But if this is you constantly get 1 hit, it is the same. You can get super lucky and proc let the galaxy burn 6 times versus no times, right? I just think this is a very reasonable thing to ask. Let the galaxy burn procs 50% of the time. It's really not good. It really isn't. Last thing, I think this is the one I'm favoring most because I think this will uh, continue in the trend that Snowprint have been setting in diversifying do how we do damage to guild raid bosses because it's very stale to have a situation where everything devolves into how many times I can proc Eldarion passive. I really like Neurotrope. He's my favorite character in Tacticus because he promotes an alternative style of gameplay where the damage you do doesn't rely on Eldarion. Now, I think Abaddon should be a gambler. I think Abaddon should may promote gambling in the game. I would like an escalating let the galaxy burn chance, but not a chance to proc it, but to do more hits. So the first round, you have 50% chance to do 1 hit. In the second round, you get a 50% chance to do 2 hits. In the fifth round, you have a 50% chance to do 5 hits. Now that's crazy. Now that's a buff because half the time you're gonna get it, half the time you're not gonna get it. So it's the same, but you get more hits, right? But it's like it creates a scenario where, oh my God, and like, am I gonna have a 50% chance to essentially double my damage because I do 6 more hits on Volk? Characters are actually, maybe, I crit, and then, I don't know, maybe a rework to make it so Let the Galaxy Burn can proc more effectively, and then now you have a situation where Abaddon teams are viable. Like you can take Abaddon, Volk, and then maybe like a third character such as, I don't know, Harken World Claimer, because 4 hits plus, Let the Galaxy Burn, putting up to 6, 7, and then Black Legion becomes guild raid viable. It creates this whole situation where, there's a parallel meta where, I can just bring my chaos characters that I like into guild raids and actually not do bad. Anyways, this is me rambling about this character. I wanted to I think I owed it to him because he's so bad and I hate him. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. This is my friend code. If you want to enter it, you can enter it. If you don't, I don't care. It does buff me. It does benefit me greatly though. So it is what it is. Have a good day and stay safe.